Hi, today we're going to talk about making pathways. I've talked about this area before in my island. This is one of my favorite places, nice fireplace in the back, kind of max and relax, sit and chill. And this is a place where I've done a lot of editing the terrain and things of that nature. So I just want to show you, I just have to flip myself around here. Just want to show you with the terraforming that I've done, that I ended up creating a path or a riff between this area and the fire. So I ended up making this palette and I wanted to show you how I did it. So it was a lot of fun. This stuff is definitely in my wheelhouse. I had a lot of fun doing it. So I just wanted to show you and try to recreate it just in this area, because obviously positioning and things like that takes time, and I'm happy to show you some of that too. So I'm just going to start by creating a prim. And with that prim, I'm just leaving certain things in the screen. I only want it to be, I've already looked at these measurements, I only want it to be 2 inches wide, and then I'm going to have it a half an inch, well, 2 inches, it's hard to say with height, a half an inch, 2 inches wide, half an inch wide the other way, and then only about 0.1 of the height. So then I'm going to use a shift, click and drag, and it makes a copy, and I'm going to try to eyeball it, but line it up where I have a small space, and then I'm going to do another one. So if I do them in 3, and then I shift click on all of them, just want to make sure they're all selected. I clicked on one, I shift clicked on the others. I'm going to link those. Now what I can do is, I'll move this so you can see it. I'm going to go to texture and I'm going to change the color. Now remember, the idea was to actually match the platform, and the platform itself is locked, so I couldn't match the color exactly. So what I did was lay this wood, well, it's not wood yet, it will be. I laid the wood on top of the platform, and then I just kept playing with the color. So here's what I came up with. I could probably get a little closer had I spent a little more time on it. So I'm changing the red, green, blue settings, and then I'm changing the hue, saturation, and luminosity. I'm going to apply that. You can see that I just applied that. I'm going to choose OK. Now I also want to change the texture. I had mentioned that I was using wood, so I just want to change the texture to a hardwood. Now the hardwood had a color, it just wasn't the color that I wanted. So you can see it is the hardwood, but it is the color that I selected too. So what I ended up doing then is I would make another copy of the board. I just didn't pull it out enough. And then I linked those. So I only did it in 3 segments and then linked it twice. It just seemed a little bit easier. Then I made another copy and put them side by side. And that seems a little wide, I'm not quite sure. Oh, it's just based on where I was. And sometimes I find that if I move away, that I get a different angle and it makes it easier to line things up. Now, in this particular case, I don't think I linked them, but if I were going to use it, I might in fact link them again. What I ended up doing to make this match, I'm going to stop editing this for a moment. What I ended up doing to make it match was I actually took it and I had to position it, I had to rotate it, I had to move it up, I had to move it down, but I wanted to stretch it. There were only 2 of them, and these two didn't actually match the size, without a measuring tool, I didn't really know, didn't actually match the size that I wanted. So let me just position myself where I can see it a little bit better. I mean, I'll guarantee you I just eyeballed it. But so I took it, I'm going to edit this, and that's why I use features like stretch. And I either stretched out to make it wider, or I stretched in to make it a little less wide. So that was really helpful to me, because then I could position it where I wanted it. And in some cases, I needed to maybe, and I like using this rotate option, I needed to rotate it up, I needed to rotate it to the left, or I needed to angle it a little bit if I needed to. And those were simply the types of things that I did to create the platform that I wanted. So what I ended up doing, and I'll actually show you, was the platform that I created. I'll just take it from inventory so you can see it. I called it this one, the Redwood Wooden Path. I actually set some settings. I put it into inventory. I changed properties so that I could give people the opportunity to modify and copy it and things like that. And I did my LR version 1.0. And here is this particular path option. So you can see again what I did was, when I did it, I can do it again. I just did a control click and drag to make a copy, and then I moved them together, and then I did the stretch, and so on and so forth. And after a while I ended up with the pathway that you see here. So like I said, it was fun to do. It doesn't match the color exactly, but close enough. Just looks like new wood to old wood. And there you go. There's my path. So thanks for joining. Hope you have a good day.